All right, so my Bill Burr goes viral again on a Monday. What's up, everybody? It's T-Bone Fischer here, and I'm fucking pissed. No, I'm pissed off because I can't find the fucking, what's it called? That little condom thing that goes on the microphone, and then it's making that popping noise. You hear that? Pop, 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 right? Pop, 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 right? It's like my wife's voice, right? When she's fucking pissed off. Anyways, so I was pretty pissed, and I wasn't going to do the podcast, and I thought, you know what? We got to fuck another viral video. Let's do it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Happy Monday. As you can see here, I don't have the condom thing. And I was just really fucking mad. I was so mad. My little ego came out, ripped my house apart. Couldn't find the thing, and I said, you know what? Who cares? Who fucking cares that I don't have the little? It's like a pop filter. So you're going to hear some popping peas today, okay? And that's just the way it's going to go. But I thought either I do the podcast with the popping peas or I don't do it, and then I feel bad about myself and I go and I eat a lot of cake tonight. So this is what we're going to do, yeah? This is what we're going to do. Thank you for joining me on Monday. You're looking very good today. You did something different with your with your face, yeah. I did something different. Can you tell? Can you tell? Can you tell what's different about me? If you're listening, you're going to tell. And hopefully if you're watching, you can tell. That's right. Can you hear that? The all-new Toyota Sienna. Guys, no fucking lisp anymore. The lisp is gone. I hope you don't miss the lisp. Got the fucking braces off. God, do I feel good. Do I feel good. So, braces are off. Refund coming in, found a new orthodontist, getting a new retainer going, doing it right, and feeling good about that. As always, if you'd like to support the show, patreon.com/Tyler Talks. Because look, I just got suspended from TikTok for the weekend. I got put in school suspension for the Donald, right? I did a Donald video. And I called Joe Biden slow, right? A little slow. And I may have called him the R word, retarded, right? Because there's some things going on there. And they were so mean. They said, sir, they think you have dementia and they want you to do the test. So you know I did the test, right? Man, person, woman, TV. And I did so good. So I called Joe retarded on TikTok. And the China-owned TikTok. And I got banned for the weekend. So make sure to subscribe to Patreon, patreon.com/Tyler Talks. Because look, TikTok can end up buying Instagram, and it's all going to be one company at some point, and then all these guidelines are going to be across the board, and I'm going to be out. They're going to have me off. So that's a good way to just join my exclusive community where all my videos go first. You get all sorts of perks, including I got a sketch coming out I'm really excited about. Probably come out maybe the end of this week, so that'll be on Patreon first. I might even put a little teaser on there. Let it be teased a little bit. But I put this Bill Burr video up. I did a how-to. I thought, why not teach everybody else how to do Bill Burr? You know, pay it forward. I don't think anyone really does the impression of him, so I thought, it's time to pay it forward. Maybe we'll have a new comedian who can do a better Bill or a comparable Bill and wants to get some Billy Red Tits videos out there. So what was cool was this site, All Things Comedy. They have an Instagram page, and I think it's a production company, perhaps. Lo and behold, and if you know me, I don't really know much about really anything, pop culture wise. So Bill Burr apparently owns this company. So someone was like, they tweeted this out and they took your video, put it on Instagram, which means that basically that's like Bill sharing it. So I guess that's what happened. Bill probably had to give it the okay, right? He's okay. Yep, throw it up there, right? We'll give it the old repost, right? We'll help him out a little bit. With his career. So it was like a 30-second video just teaching how to, sorry, I got to get these wispies out of my hair. I got a haircut. How to do the Bill Burr impression. So maybe I'll do a little bit of a longer version for you today on how to do it. I'll break it down because I did a pretty boiled down version. So to do the Bill Burr, in fact, yeah, you're getting a real exclusive look here. I mean, this is going to be really a master class on how to do a Bill Burr. And if you're watching, you really lucked out today. So I actually like to combine two different impressions. That's what I do with a lot of them. I'll kind of get, if I can get two different impressions, two different people who have similar voices but a little offset, where I can combine them and actually create the final impression. So that's what I did with Bill Burr. I started with, also you want to figure out what regional accent they have. Did I do this already? I feel like I might have done this. See, this is episode 30, by the way. So, first of all, no one thought I would make this many episodes. Everyone goes, there's no way he'll even get past episode 1. They thought he might record halfway through and have a breakdown, and he'll have to pee, and he'll get up, and run out of space on his computer. So anyways, we're episode 30, so this is a big one. So maybe this is the time to really reveal the secrets. But if I did this, well, who gives a shit if I did it already? We all have the memories of little mice. So Bill Burr, you want to take a Boston accent. You want to park the car in Harvard Yard. You want to get that down, right? Bill has a pretty thick Boston accent. Sox, go Red Sox, park over by the Red Sox, take your socks off, go fuck yourself, all that stuff. So you want to get that. You want to figure out where is the regional accent for the person you're doing the impression of, right? Matthew McConaughey is a little more southern. All right. We're just doing everything we got to do. It's almost like a little Texas thing he's got going, almost a little twang. All right. Bill's Boston. So I start out with a kind of a Boston-y, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and I'll even take almost something like a Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to kind of get in the ballpark, get the juices going. Oh, Lois, I'm sorry I left my socks on the couch. I'm sorry, Lois. I'm so sorry I left my socks on the couch. You want to just get it close. It's not great, but it's close. So I just kind of get that because he has that kind of quick, he kind of spits it out like that, right? Oh, I'm sorry I left my socks on the couch. It's like, little spurts of it's not like a long fluid breath. It's little ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. So that's what Bill does. So I take that, and then I want to mix it and get the higher tones of Bill's voice. So he kind of goes up here, and you want to hit. So the lower, you also want to keep in mind when you're talking, and this is good for anyone who uses their voice, because you want to know where you speak from. It's very helpful. If you're one of those vocal fry girls like that, you're speaking from your throat, and it's really not good because you're going to fuck up your fucking voice. So vocal fry people, listen up, get out of the throat. Take a breath in. It's all vibration. So you go from your chest here. So you go, fee, fi, fo, fum. You can pound on your chest and hear that. And then you can get up to the nose and actually plug your nose and go like that. You can feel it vibrating. And then up. And then you can go to the top of your head. So you want to be able to access all of those points in your voice. And this, again, if you're a teacher, if you're a salesman, whoever you are, you want to be able to hit those different points because you'll access different energies, different emotions, and you'll be able to connect more and convey your point to be able to kind of switch on and off whatever you're talking about. So the second one I hit, this is going to be a throwback. If you're under the age of, I don't know, maybe 27, you might not know who this is. Do you remember Fire Marshal Bill from In Living Color? In Living Color was almost like a competing show with SNL. I thought it was even better. In Living Color, fantastic show. The Wayans brothers. Jim Carrey was definitely one of the stars of the show. He did this character, Fire Marshal Bill. He played a burn victim who was also the fire chief. So he was a fire chief who just gets burned, and every fire he fights, he ends up getting burned. So he goes to schools, and he would go teach the kids how to stay safe, and he would always catch himself on fire. So I actually think of him, and maybe it's because his name is also Bill. It kind of got in my head. And he's bald because his hair got burned off. And then we'll pull up a picture of him. So actually Bill, no, I can't do, I have the mustache. But anyways, Jim Carrey would dry up his upper lip. So let me see if I can do it here. So you dry up your lip and you want to fold it under. Because he kind of burned off the top of his lips like that, right? And it kind of like this. You gotta be safe, kids. What's this? A candle left on the desk. Well, that could cause a fire. Fire Marshal Bill. So that's how I kind of get the high voice for Bill. And then you kind of mix them together. So, oh, Lois, I'm sorry I left my socks on the couch. And up here. And then you kind of sort of just slowly blend them together like that, right? So you can go low, right? You can get nice and low. And then you can get high up here. So that's it. Those are the two I take. Peter Griffin, Fire Marshal Bill. Mash them together. And then sometimes, and then you want to do, you want to take a hit of weed. Because it also sounds like Bill... It sounds like he's taking in a hit of weed and he's holding it in. And he's slowly just shooting the breath out like that. So take those two, hit of weed, and then you're kind of right there, right? Almost like he's holding, oh, that's some good shit, right? Oh, that is some good fucking shit, right? What is that, some wacky tobacco right there? Okay, and then you blow it out like that. And you blow it out. And Bill can kind of access, right? He gets kind of close like that. He gets pretty fucking low. Then it gets up here, right? Like this. Nah, right? Up there. And then you want to get that female voice, right? Because your fucking wife is pissing you off. Oh, Bill, I can't believe you left your fucking socks on the couch. Nah, it's brutal, right? Freaking brutal. And he's going off mic sometimes, so you want to yell off the mic. Because when you scream, you don't want to go right in there. And then another one is he's got the kind of dumb Southern guy, right? When he does the joke about buying a shotgun. It's got good spread. No, you want to get the one that's got good spread. It's got good spread. So you got the dumb Southern voice, you got the high voice, you got the low voice, you got the female voice, you got the off of the mic voice, and that's it, really. I think, and then the final thing, of course, is the laugh. He's got that maniacal laugh. So, again, big hit of weed. Blow it out. I'm not trying to be a jerk. So that's like his last breath. You just like squeeze it out to get that laugh. So... All right, you fucking animals. Hey, lady! Sip recruiter! And that's it. That's how you do it. I think it's fun for the family. Anybody could do it. And so that video, they All Things Comedy put it online. It hit 200,000 views on their thing. They ripped the video off my Twitter instead of retweeting it. That kind of fucking pisses me off because I lose all the views. And but either way, whatever. You know, I kind of let that stuff go now. If somebody takes my video, as long as they, if somebody takes your video, just make sure you say, well, sometimes it's good to put a watermark or a little your handle on the video, or you just reach out if they didn't tag you and you say, hey, can you please tag me? But it happens. And you know what? At this point, I'm fine with people taking my videos and putting them up because then you reach a whole new audience. You know, on you can't really like retweet an Instagram video. So if somebody takes your video down and they tag you, that can be pretty good. Pretty good. So that's that. And I got a nice little 2,000 follower bump on Instagram, which is great because I've been trying to reach 10,000 followers so that I can do the swipe up feature, which is actually really important because it's hard to get people to go and click a link and go to YouTube. So you need 10,000 followers to swipe up on a story. If you promote an event or something, you just say, swipe up. Go ahead and swipe. Yeah, go ahead and swipe up, would you? You fucking bitch. Go ahead, swipe up. No. Don't swipe to the left. You want to swipe up, you know. So I unlocked that feature. Another little benefit that I didn't really anticipate of having more than 10,000 followers on Instagram is that it used to actually really bother me when I would see like a big chunk of people unfollow me. Now I can't see it because they do 10K and then they'll do 10.1K, 10.2K. So if you don't lose more than 100 followers, you actually don't know what's going on in that wiggle room with that 100 before you reach the 10.2 to 10.3. So that's great. And I typically don't lose 100 followers. As the numbers grow, eventually it'll swing 1,000. I'm sure. I know people that had 1 million followers and they lost like 100,000, just because you get bigger and then people expect more from you and all this, that, and the other. So that's a nice little perk because now I don't obsess about it. Yeah, because I can get obsessed, you know. But I'm working on that. That's just going to be part of the life experience now for us with Instagram and all that stuff, is how to not. It really, God, I really feel the more I use it, the more depressed I am, period. So I'm working on a way to, and I was talking to somebody who's on television, somebody I've been corresponding with on Instagram, who's a famous person who found my comedy and is a fan, and we just chat. It's not a romantic thing. This is a much older person who's married. But we correspond on we connect on stuff like, you know, mental health around using Instagram and social media and stuff. So sometimes I'm like, how do you deal with it? What do you do? Do you have an assistant? Do you have a social media person? And she's like, I don't. I do it myself because I want to be authentic, but I also want to quit 5 days a week because it's so brutal. But so it's all about a balance, I think. And I'm getting pretty good at not responding to the negative stuff. Occasionally I'll slip up. Here's the thing. If I'm ever emotional, I can't respond. If you're emotional, don't respond to anything. Just wait. Make sure you chill out. I responded to my landlord's message the other day, and I was like in a fucking bad mood, and I said something. It wasn't bad, but she wanted to send somebody on Saturday morning to an exterminator to like set up mouse traps or something at like 9 a.m. And I was emotional, and I got pretty upset, but I didn't tell her fuck off or anything. I just said like, hey, that's too early. You know, I really want to sleep. But it was like a longer message than it could have been because I was in my little emotional state. I could have let that cool off and then just said, hey, that time doesn't work for me. Could we do another time? Instead of like trying to explain myself. I'm trying to explain myself a lot less. So I'm wearing this hat and I look like a farmer or some shit. But I bought this hat and I want to wear it because it's, wasn't cheap. And I got it to protect myself from the sun because we got skin cancer in the family. Yeah, we got skin cancer in the family. You remember cancer and all that stuff? Since COVID, it's like you don't hear about anything else. Nothing. I haven't heard a thing about any other disease or social fucking what's it called? Dating apps. It's just all about the vaccine and COVID. No one's like, hey, if you have AIDS, maybe like swipe left. You know. Well, what happened to all the other stuff? How many people died from missing a surgery or not going to the doctor for fear of COVID because they fucking filled us with fear and they didn't get diagnosed? I mean, God, no one cares about that number. Fucking brutal. So the lisp is gone. Very excited. Got a new place. She even confirmed that this guy put braces on my teeth when it wasn't necessary. We could have gone straight to the Invisalign. So I would have saved $2,000. And because I'm getting the refund, I will save $2,000. So there you go. I could go on vacation. That's $2,000 that I got back because I stood up for myself. And the lesson that was learned here, and I would recommend this for anybody who goes to a doctor or a therapist or whatever it is, go to 3. You need a new dentist. You need a new orthodontist. You need a new doctor. Go to at least 2. Go to at least 2. Get a consultation and see how you feel. I rushed into it. As I said, he was a Indian gentleman, and I thought he must be the best. Frankly, the best, right? The saying, like, minorities aren't doing good, but the Indians are doing so good. We're doing so good, and nobody talks about this. They say whites are doing the best. It's always about how privileged the white people are, right? Frankly, Asians are dominating. They're doing so good. And they are. Per household, Asians make the most. Why don't you ever hear about that? Because it doesn't fit the narrative over at CNN and MSNBC. It doesn't. It doesn't fit the narrative. You never hear that. What about Asian privilege? They actually had to stop even accepting Asian people to Harvard because they were dominating. And it's all about how you're raised. It's all about how your culture lifts you up, and the Asians are doing it right. Indian people are doing it right. Lots of cultures are doing way better than the whites, than the white man. Not speaking of, but I got a haircut for the first time in 2 years. Can you even tell? Am I crazy? Am I fucking crazy, or does it look longer than it did? So I just woke up and I go, I gotta cut the hair. And then the idea was to get like a pretty significant trim, nothing crazy, but I haven't gotten even a trim in over 2 years. That's crazy. Talk about a COVID consequence. I was like just too afraid to go anywhere, so I didn't do much of anything for a very long time. But I thought, get a haircut, even if it's not gonna be a lot of hair off, just go and for the practice of self-care. You know, sometimes I'll just like go make a doctor's appointment just to stay in the habit of telling myself I deserve to be taken care of and to get checked out and this, that, and the other. So go to a nice place. This was a nice hair salon in Soho. And I thought, go and they'll wash your hair and they give you a hair massage and they pamper you and it'll just feel like a good self-care day for old T-Bone. So I make the appointment, and another reason I went to the fancy hair salon is my hair's long. It's down to my back. It's past my shoulders, and I thought, not to be sexist, I want a woman on this job. I want a woman who knows the ins and outs of a long, flowing head of hair. I think they just would know a little bit more than the guys. So I made this appointment assuming I'd get a old gal on the head there. So I look at the appointment. It says your appointment is at 2:45 with Kevin. Spelled Kevyn. Kevin with the Y? Doesn't sound like a woman to me, though. At this point, you can't really be judging names and genders and such and whatnot. It could have been a biological woman who identified as a man and changed your name to Kevin with a Y. I don't know. So it's all a mystery at this point. But I thought, oh man, do I cancel? Do I do a Kevin cancel, or do I show up and look, I don't like men touching my hair. I don't like men touching me. Period. In fact, women, you should get an award to even have to be touched by a man. No, I know you're genetically evolved and inclined to be more attracted to men if you're a straight woman, but it's like, get your gross man hands off me. This isn't a homophobic thing. I don't care when men touch other men. I don't want them touching me. But I really wanted that haircut, man. It was in my head. When you get something in your head, you go, I'm fucking doing it today. I'll do whatever it fucking takes. So I went Sure enough, Kevin with the Y was a man. And he had a long, flowing head of hair. Like, he looked like the lead singer of Foo Fighters, just kind of with the headband on, grungy, covered in tats. Didn't seem gay. And here we go again. I'm going to do some stereotyping. I thought, if it's going to be a man cutting my hair, it's got to be a gay. It's got to be a gay. This man seemed to be straight. So here I am. I mean, look, I guess, is this okay? Because maybe this is okay. I'm discriminating against straight men. I wanted a woman or a gay guy. This was a straight man. This was the worst case scenario. And I'm spending a pretty penny on this haircut. So he sits me down and he goes, "Look at that hair." He really respected the head of hair I got going. He goes, "What do you want to do?" And I go, I think I want it a little shorter. And he goes, "I really think we should keep it long." I'm just, look at this hair. He just loved what he saw. This guy respected hair, just like Larry David respects wood. You respect wood? Of course I respect wood. For the 8 people that know that reference. And he's so adamant about keeping it long, and I didn't have the haircut confidence. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, haircut confidence. That's when you go in and you have your vision, and you don't sway due to the hairdresser's vision for you, because they're gonna have their vision. They're gonna, I think we could do a little here and bring it up like that, and kind of pull it back here, pull it back and lift it up and do a little bit of that, and I think just let this bob here. They always have a vision. And usually I come in, you got to have a stronger vision, and maybe you can negotiate a little bit, but it's been 2 years. I didn't have that haircut confidence, and I bent to Kevin. I bent over backwards for Kevin, and I go, "Okay, just do what you want." I said, "Do what you want. I'm spending, this is like a week's salary I'm spending on my hair," and I just let Kevin have it. I let him have it. I gave him the clean canvas. I go, just have your way with my hair. And he starts going, "We're going to do this, and we're going to bring it up here, and we're going to push this back. And then the front, we're going to just bring that up a little, and we're just going to hang this over. So this lifts up, and when it dries," and I go, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." That's another thing. Like, guys, we don't know this kind of lingo. This isn't a standard haircut for a guy. We go and get, my buddy who I hung out with after, he goes, "I get a $10 haircut from an Asian woman who's like 80. She doesn't speak English. I've been going there for 20 years. That's usually what we do. These are low investments on our physical appearance. So he brings me in to get the wash. Again, my idea was I was going to have a nice, probably cute woman giving me a hair wash, and they do the thing, and they put you back in that fucking guillotine. What is that thing? How have they not made any technical advancements in the hair wash thing? It's that metal, it almost looks like a clay pot that somebody made in 5th grade. It's just like that clay, black shiny clay. You know, like when you make your pot in 5th grade, you put the paint on it, and it comes out of the kiln all shiny. That's what this thing looks like, but there's no pad. It's so painful. You got your head back there, and it's just slamming on this, clay guillotine thing. And I go, why can't you just build these with a nice cushy pad on there? I maybe I'll write a Yelp review or something. But anyways, very painful. He's got a strong man hand. Kevin had quite a man hand going, and he's just really massaging my head, and I felt so uncomfortable. I mean, I really felt uncomfortable. And then, typically when it's a woman, they'll start giving you this sensual massage. You go, at this point, you're like, you're not washing my hair at all. You're just tantalizing my scalp. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like this man touching my head like that. It felt a little romantic. Again, this is a no homo situation. I'm not saying that this is wrong for a man to touch a man, but just get your Kev palms off me. So I felt pretty icky. And then, of course, I was worried about getting an erection. I mean, George Costanza, I think it moved, and I'm happy to say it didn't move at all, but I was worried because I was wearing my kids shorts from H&M, which are very thin, may not have even had underwear on, and I go, oh my God, if this gets me going, I got to stand up and walk back to the old hair station with the Raging Bee, and that would have been humiliating. So what I usually do to prevent boners is I think of AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or whatever her name is. I think of her voice, and that just keeps my guys nice and taut, like I just got out of the cold Atlantic Ocean on a February day.
It's kind of like that, like we can't, the systematic racism, I think that, and Ted Cruz does really that nice doing.
So I just pop on her Instagram live, and that just gets me nice and taut. It gets me nice and taut. You know, it tightens me up a bit there. And then I'm good for like the rest of the day. I won't have an erection for days. He really climbs back into the turtle shell. And you know, I am happy to say I'm in my 30s, and I don't have any problem getting one up. All my friends in their even like late 20s, like a lot of guys, and I know this is statistically true. Men are having erectile dysfunction at a way younger age. Some even teens, definitely because of pornography. Now, fortunately, just hasn't been an issue for me. But they're always taught, well, what pill do you take? I take the blue pill. I take the Him. I take the Sir Grande boner pill. There's all these pills, and I never know what to say because I'm kind of like, well, does anyone know a pill that'll help keep my boners down? Because that's kind of the market I'm in right now. It's like maybe I can pop one in the morning and not have these random Subway boners. But anyways, this is body positive stuff. And if you're going, oh, this is gross, I don't want to hear about it. Well, you're a fucking racist and heterophobe. And you are really discriminating against my heteronormative needs, which is to get boners quite often. So no boner happening brings me back to the chair. And I really I consented to all of his plans because I didn't really know what the fuck he was talking about. He's like, okay, so you want me to get in here? Maybe I can feather you like up in this front reach. I was like, feather me? What do you, like, are you going to tickle me? Do you want me to just kind of feather you over? Is he going to take out a feather and start? Because then we can just tease it back. I was like, dude, this sounds like BDSM. You're teasing and feathering me? Do you want to tie me up and put a rope around my balls? Or do you want to fucking cut my hair and get this thing going? So I didn't sleep the night before. So I fell asleep. I passed out. I don't know if he roofied my tea, but I fucking passed out like I was on a date with Bill Cosby. And I was out like a light. And I wake up and he's just combing my hair. He's just like aggressively, like I think he damaged it. He was doing a brush. It's all tangled and weird, but he's brushing it, and I look and I go, bro, it looks longer than it did when I came in here. And he goes, yeah, it does. I'm not kidding. It was longer. Like I think he cut a little, but it's longer. He elongated the root or something. I don't know what he did. I think he brushed it so hard. Like he was treating me like I was like a Barbie doll, and he was like a 3-year-old, just like, you just go. And that's how I woke up because it was so aggressive. And so anyways, I paid a lot of money to just like have my hair look the same. And what do you do about that? Ladies. Hey, ladies. I'd love to get some comments. I mean, does it look cut? I'm not happy with it. I was very unhappy with it. So let this be a lesson, Maybe straight men shouldn't be cutting hair. I said it here, okay? And I know that clip won't come back to haunt me because no one would give a shit about that, but let's keep it female, let's keep it gay for now, okay? Until we figure something out. Because I think, again, I feel bad being discriminatory here, but the The straight male hand is too heavy. It's too like aggressive. Like you need a little like, you know what I mean? We're gonna just we're gonna bring it down here, and we'll just like you need like that kind of almost like a conductor, right? You need that fluid kind of more feminine hand, and that's what I've concluded from this experience. Okay, so sorry to be breathing. See, that's why you need this condom on there. I didn't. This is cause for celebration. We have episode 30 here, and I appreciate you guys taking this journey with me while I figure out who the hell I am. Who are you? But I did not. Again, big accomplishment. Did not get called racist this weekend. The crowd goes wild. I think it's the first weekend in a long time where I was at a comedy club and some comedian didn't accuse me of being racist for doing something or not shaking their hand or this, that, or the other. Big. However, I was put into a racist trap. Let me explain. As you know, I've been doing the hand bump. I do the fist bump. I don't like shaking the hands right now. I think it's appalling that people are that presumptuous to think you want to shake their hand during a pandemic. We got the whole Delta variant. I'm not vaccinated. Everyone knows that, and they're still getting mad at me for not shaking their disgusting Subway hand. Okay? Some homeless guy, it just fucking came fentanyl onto the Subway pole, and it's on your hand. I don't want it on my hand, okay? I'd like to have a family someday. I want to stay clean. So, a black gentleman, I go in for the pound, and he comes in for the shake, right? Like that, right? Almost like a horizontal Hitler, like this, you know, like that, right? Or vertical almost. And again, I look at my hand and I go, I give a little nod as to say, look, I'm doing pounds now. And he's holding his hand out like this. And he goes, well, I'm offering the shake. And I go and I say, I see your shake and I raise you a pound. I'm doing the pound. And then he goes in and grabs my hand and starts like rubbing his hand, like holding my hand, like really dominating me and palming my fist. You know, almost like rock, paper, scissors. Like I'm on rock and he's on paper. And I go, dude, I think I'm pretty clear. I just not really that comfortable shaking hands right now. And he goes, yeah, I know, man. He goes, I do that to white people to make them uncomfortable. I go, I'm sorry, what? He goes, yeah, I just love making white people feel shitty. So if they go in for the pound, I go in for the shake. If they go in for the shake, I go in for the pound so that they feel racist. And I was like, bro, like, fuck you. Really? And this wasn't, again, I'm very aware of when someone's making a joke and when they're being serious. This was dead serious. It was a little contentious, right? A little contentious, but I didn't feel bad. I didn't do anything wrong. I was putting up my boundary and he broke my boundary. My body, my choice. Okay. So he goes, yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to make white people feel shitty. And it's like I'm hearing this all the time now. It's really, you know, it's just pleasant. It's just very pleasant. It's great for race relations, you know, because I left feeling closer to black people than ever. Then he goes up to a female comedian who's sitting there. He goes to reach out his hand to introduce himself. She puts out the pound and he goes, oh, God, oh, I'm sorry. And he pounds her. I tell you what I did. I tell you what. I called him out right there, live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. We'll do it live. I go, dude, what the fuck? I said, you have a female exception? You just like, okay, so be specific. You just like making white men feel bad? He goes, yeah. I go, I just did the same thing. I put the pound out and you grab my hand. She does the pound. You meet her with the pound and you're respectful. He goes, yeah, that's right. So I just put it out on the table, right? And I am no longer working at that comedy club. But I felt good for standing up for myself. No, I am still working there, but I just felt like, just call it out. I don't know. I don't care anymore. I don't care. You know what's a relief I realized recently? Like, over these last few months, I've been called racist. I've been called homophobic. I've been called transphobic. I've been called agoraphobic. I've been called fucking, tetrophobic. All of the phobics I've been called multiple times, not only by strangers on the internet, by people I know. I've been vax shamed. I've been called, immoral for not getting it. More things I've been called in the last year than I have in my entire life. And I used to be a pretty shitty person. I don't want to say shitty, but just unhealed, I guess, unrecovered. So there's almost a relief in that, because the fear was fear itself. I was afraid of X, Y, and Z. I was afraid of being afraid of saying something. So I thought maybe this is actually really good. I kind of got all that out of the way. Of course, those things will still happen as I, build my career and expand my my reach as a comedian and as an actor and a content creator. But I thought, hey, I kind of feel that relief a little bit. Feel that release, like I'm not really worried about it. Because I go, just try me, bro. Fucking try me. Right? And the 2 weeks ago when the comedian called out the comic who called me racist for not shaking her hand, we did a show together I was hosting on Saturday. Because she was in the room when he said that. She stayed in the room when he was like, whoa, that's really not cool to do that. To imply someone's racist right now, like, that is one of the worst things you can call somebody, like, not cool. And he kind of was pretty assertive, and I made the joke, and I kind of, followed up on that a little bit too. She came up to me, and she didn't apologize, but she said, hey, are you hosting? She goes, yeah, and she gave me like a bump, like a fist bump. I think as to be like, I'm going to touch you now. I know we had that whole thing where I called you racist. And then I brought her on stage, and she, went up and gave me the bump, and I gave her the bump. And it felt like, it felt good, because instead of being resentful, I would have been resentful every time I saw this woman. Every single time I would have been holding that in. And now I can let it go, because she came up again. She didn't apologize, but she kind of like was nice and clearly reached out to like make some kind of physical contact with me, and she did the elbow bump. I respect that. And now I let it go. And next time maybe it'll be a little easier to call something like that out. So, fucking brutal. All right, look, you guys, you've been great. I gotta go do absolutely nothing. All right, I've been working since 9 in the morning. It's 6 p.m., right? I did some Bill Burr for the radio. I've actually been doing Bill Burr's voice for the radio for 4 years, and it's so fun, dude. So it's called the Masshole character, where this guy's just always mad. The fucking Red Sox beat the goddamn Yankees, you bunch of pussies. He's like a angry Boston guy, but it's Bill Burr's voice. We just don't say it. Anyhow, thanks, Bill, for retweeting and all that stuff. You can check those videos out on Instagram at Ty the Fish. You can follow me there. Follow me on TikTok. I think I'm allowed on TikTok again. And please subscribe on Patreon. I see, like the lisp is still hanging on. It's like I gotta do like speech therapy or something. Patreon.com/Tyler Talks. Video will be up tomorrow for patrons, and the next day for all you commoners. Have a great week. Do something nice for yourselves. Get your hair cut by old Kevin with a Y. See you next time. Thanks for watching.